Many children and youth are certainly eager to return to class this week. It's a chance to get back into some of those regular routines, see their friends, familiar surroundings. But the students at the school behind me won't have that opportunity right away after it was discovered that extra repair work is needed on the roof while installing a new HVAC system. One example of a much larger issue. Look up and you'll see. Loretto Abbey Catholic Secondary School isn't as beautiful as it may seem from below. The roof has some serious water damage and needs urgent repair, work that will now delay the school year for staff and students.
It's not anyone's fault, but often when you work on an old project, of an old building, you're going to discover a few things that you didn't plan for. And one of those is the roof.
The historical building was already set to have a new ventilation system installed before the issues with the leaky roof were discovered. An online meeting took place last week with more than 100 family members involved to inform them about plans to delay in-class learning until at least Thanksgiving.
You understand their disappointment. Believe us, we really understand it. But at the same time, the school has to be safe for students and for staff.
Work at the school was already going to cost the Toronto Catholic District School Board $7.2 million. The project is now set at more than $8 million. It's just one example of many schools in Toronto that are in dire need of repair as boards face continued infrastructure underfunding from the provincial government.
So when the annual funding to take care of the backlog of repairs has sat at $1.4 billion per year for the last many budget cycles, and yet we've continued to see the overall disrepair grow.
The school repair backlog in Ontario is estimated to be at $16.8 billion over the next 5 years. At the Toronto District School Board specifically, that number is estimated to be at $3.7 billion this year alone, while the cost for fixing Toronto's Catholic schools was projected to hit $1 billion in 2020 based on a 2017 report. How disappointed are you that some of this work hasn't been able to be dealt with during the course of this pandemic?
It's frustrating, in particular, when the buildings have been closed. We saw that as a great opportunity for an even larger infusion of provincial funding to school boards so that they could start to dig into many of the repairs that obviously are better done when the buildings are empty.
The province says it's investing $1.4 billion in school renewal this year, $500 million to build new schools and renovate existing ones, plus $600 million plus to improve ventilation. Loretto Abbey happens to be one of those facilities where the work is getting done, at the expense, though, of students and the school year as a result. The board and trustees add that material and labor shortages have made it harder to get work done during the pandemic. For more details on the repair backlog, including lists of repairs that need to be done at specific schools in Toronto, you can visit the full story at citynews.ca.